Today I'm going to give you a few hints on how to plant dragon fruits. Alright, now dragon fruits come in a few different kinds. It's more likely about 7 different types, but the flesh colors come in like white, and then they come in yellow, and it's red and purple. Now they usually come, outer skin usually be pink or is sometimes red. Now dragon fruit is not something supposed to plant in a lot of liquid, right? There's a limit to it. Even if you should have moisture at the bottom of the bag, try to keep the top a little moist but not too wet. Now cutting dragon fruits, if you should have one like this, it's kind of like very good to cut it on an angle of 45 degrees instead of straight across. Alright, now usually when you cut, it's good to kind of rest them for a while before you're planting them, so you can get the ends dry as much as possible. Alright, now I have 3 containers here, right, for these 3 sections. Now if you should look carefully, this one already have a root on it, right? And this is kind of good at the same time. And these now, once you see it start to dry around carefully, like real dry, it will catch much easier. But dragon fruit is not the kind of plant that you want to just plant one time and put it out in the open atmosphere. Like the sunlight, it will kind of rot the root. So what you need to do is keep it in a shade for a while until you start to see it sprouting. Then you can put it out. Now before I go on any further, what I'm going to do, you have, just to kind of keep them up, you have like, I get 3 sticks here. I'll just push one down in this, all the way down, and then you have a next one here. I'll just put it here, like about that, and then this one goes this one. Right, this is just to help to hold up, right, the dragon fruit. Now the one with the root here, right, it's kind of good. What you can do is fold it in a little bit like this, or you can also put it in the bag and then add soil to it. But you're not supposed to plant dragon fruit more than probably about an inch in the soil, and the soil is just have to be moist. So this is where you're gonna go and rest it, this down here, right? I try to set it here good, and then what I'll do here is just bring over the soil to the roots, and then you'd have like about 1 inch in, just like this. Okay, and I can have some more soil on top of the root there, and let's just put it here about 1 inch, and that's it. What I'm gonna do here now, you can use garden tape, or just you can use string. I'm using plumbing tape, and what I'll do is just use a plumbing tape here, and I'll just tie off like this section here, so just hold to the stick. Alright. Dragon fruits are like desert plants, so it's kind of do well when it's kind of like just damp soil, right, instead of too much wet, especially in this process of trying to catch it. So while here I try to catch it up here, right, just hold the stick, right. What I'll do here now is good. And guys, we're all set in this one, right? Now, like I was saying, this one also have a root on it, right? So it doesn't have the end piece like this, which you're going to dry. So the good thing about this section here is that, just like this one, all you need to do is just sink your hand down into the soft soil. I didn't use this soil, I should explain. This is a mix of loam, red sand, all right, together, mixed together. All right, so it's loam soil, a little bit of clay, and red sand mixed together. That's the soil I use here. Now you're going to rest this root down inside nicely, push that over to the root itself, and then what you're going to do here now is just rest this section just about 1 inch down in, and bring it over nicely, and that's it. And then you tie it off. Like I said, you can use garden tape, but I'm using some plumbing tape right now. This, you can just use one string on this one because it's a bit short. Press it slightly, and select too long, so cut off the surface here. So just remember, dragon fruit is a form of cactus family in one sense. So it really doesn't need a lot of water to grow them, and if you put too much water on them, it will rot the root. Now if the root does rot, and you should realize that something not going on properly when it starts to sprout, you can cut off the section of the rot and set it back again. But before you do that, remember to dry it. Give a few, a day or two or so until it's dried properly. Then you rest it 1 inch in the soil. Okay, they do very well in that kind of moist soil, not wet soil. So I'm gonna plant this one now. Now this one here, there's no roots like these, right? So all you have to do is this now. You're just gonna put this here like about 1 inch inside. Right. All right, just to emphasize again, you see the tip, this is the most important part, and it's very good when it's dried around. The soil mustn't be like bone dry, but moist, and it mustn't be more than moist. Just leave it there. Now this is the section you're going to plant it from. Now on occasion like this where the roots sprout at the side, you have, if you're going to cut it, ensure you cut it at a 45-degree angle and not across. All right, so now I'm going to just rest this here like about 1 inch in, comfortable. Get some of the tape here and tight on to this. Now, dragon fruit is an antioxidant. It has protein and it's carbohydrates also, and it have about 1% or 2%, 2 gram, in fact. It's very delicious fruits, and once it starts to grow, I should also emphasize that the best timing to plant these above ground crops is between the 5th and the 8th of the new moon, or even on the 9th of the new moon. Alright, but like I did in my past videos about planting tall trees and short trees, well, you must also know that whatever date you set your seedlings on and they start to sprout, well, that's the same date you should transplant them on. So if you want short bearing fruit trees, I know this is beside the point, including here, I set this today on the about the 3rd or 4th day of the new moon. So if I'm going to transplant it, I'm going to choose, if I want it to like on the same date, I transplant it the 3rd or the 4th date, whenever I choose to put it in the soil. Now likewise, if you're planting short fruit trees and it's planted on the 3 or 4 p.m. on the last day of the new moon, whenever the seeds sprout up and you're going to transplant it in a permanent spot, it's good to plant it on the same timing, exactly 3 to 4 p.m. on the last day of the new moon, the other month or the following month, right? And that you will get short bearing fruit trees. There's also a deeper sense of plant getting short trees like regular office decks. There is the same scenario and the same principle that goes. So today we are talking about dragon fruits, a delicious tropical fruit, that is very, very nice to eat. So this is where I'm explaining how to plant them, and if you're going to cut, what angle to cut them at 45 degree, and tie them onto a stick to help support them in soil. They only need to be about 1 inch in. The soil mustn't be more than just moist.